Happy Father's Day, and we will be observing today with the wonderful speeches of three of our speakers. Two are already here, and three is we are expecting anytime. Now, let us begin by offering our pranam to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. So please repeat after me. स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्म स्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Today's our MC is Shaumitra. I request the Shaumitra to come. Please come over here. Shaumitra.
Good morning, devotees. A very warm welcome to everyone gathered here today. On this special occasion, as we come together in the divine presence of Thakur Ma Swamiji, we are here not just to offer our prayers, but to also honor and celebrate a very important presence in our lives, our fathers. Father's Day is a special occasion dedicated to honoring and celebrating fathers, father figures, and the role of fatherhood in society.
Who is also my guru and teacher. I'll come to that. All the dignitaries, guests, speakers, and devotees. First of all, let's pray to Thakur Sri Ramakrishna, Divine Mother, Vivekananda, and all the leaders of Ramakrishna Martin Mission for peace, for prosperity, for success in the manner we understand success, eternal India understands success, and for everything that can make our life and this world better.
Our next speaker is Ms. Shawnee Lahiri. Ms. Lahiri is the daughter of longtime devotees to the Vivekananda Society of Chicago, Mr. Shubtimoy and Mrs. Durga Lahiri. She is joined today by her brother Shumantra and her daughter Monica.
Pranam, and good morning everyone, and happy Father's Day. So as I was preparing for this Father's Day speech, I was really trying to go back through memory lane and a lot of memories flooded back about my dad and growing up. But more importantly, also lots of memories flooded back about my dadu, which was my dad's dad, and my dada, which was my mom's dad. And so I realized that a lot of their influences and their actions and some of these memories have added shape and color to my life. So when I was 10 years old, we used to live in Chattanooga, Tennessee. My family lived there, and Dadu and Takuma came to visit us from India. Now, Dadu was an avid reader. He read all the time. So he would read a newspaper cover to cover by sitting there all day in the sunroom and read the newspaper. And he loved to read, and he was a very self-taught man because he would read so many different things. And he highly encouraged me to read and write all the time. And when I was in 5th grade, I was in Miss Fletcher's class, and I was encouraged to be more into the math and sciences field. And I have a more natural talent for the math and sciences field too. But what I secretly didn't tell anybody was that I actually wished I was more talented in reading and writing, but I wasn't. I was a very common student when it came to reading and writing. And we had a journal assignment one time where Miss Fletcher told us that we should write a journal entries in our diaries and that we could keep it private. And then we didn't have to share it with anybody, but we could write about what we wanted to be when we grow up, what we wanted to do. And one of the journal entries I had written was that I wanted to be a better reader and writer, and I felt like that was something that I couldn't do. I shared that only with Dadu, I didn't share it with anybody else. And rather than telling me, oh, don't worry about that, just be good in math and sciences, and that's a good, strong, as I expected him to say to me, he didn't say that. He said, do if you want to be reading and writing, then be reading and writing. Do that more often, do that more so you can be better at it. And he really encouraged me. I also told him that I wanted to become a lawyer. Now, my dreams of becoming a lawyer at the time were very childish. I didn't know anything about being a lawyer. I didn't know any lawyers. I didn't have any friends that were lawyers. All I knew was that I would basically watch TV and they would give nice speeches, they would wear nice suits, they would be in a courtroom. It seemed kind of cool. So I thought, hey, I think I want to be a lawyer. And he didn't say, oh, don't be a lawyer, we don't know any lawyers. He said, okay, fine, go ahead and be a lawyer. Go and do it. You have to learn to read and write really well, though. I said, okay, I'm going to do that. And that was the first person who ever encouraged me to take a position that was outside of the math and sciences field. I never told anybody about it, but it stayed within me. Many years later, when I eventually did end up going into law school, long after he passed, studying law was very hard for me because I didn't come from a background that was a lot of reading and writing. I did actually come from a science background. And so based off of that, it was very hard for me to read as much as the requirements were every day as other students who were much more used to it. But I remembered what he said, which was, hey, if this is what you want to do, just keep doing it. Don't give up, just keep reading and writing and you'll be better at it one day. So with time, he kind of gave me that love for the reading and writing, which I never thought that I would be able to have, but now I certainly do, and it's very much a part of my career path. And I can thank him for that in terms of his encouragement. And it's not only its encouragement, but sometimes it's other things that can take place as well. So sometimes it can be a truth become a truth. So my dada, on the other hand, my mom's dad, was an animal lover, huge animal lover. So he always had cows, he had chickens, and always a dog he had in the house. And I wasn't a dog lover at that time. I didn't understand what it was like to love dogs.
Our next speaker is Dr. Shaibal Mazumdar. He's an assistant professor in medicine, gastroenterology, Medical College of Wisconsin, Veterans Hospital in Milwaukee. He is a gastroenterologist with Advanced Healthcare, Aurora Healthcare, and a chair, Department of Gastroenterology, West Alice Hospital. His researches include mechanism of chemotherapy-induced emesis and its treatment in dog models, effect on chemoreceptor triggered zone at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi, India. Cisplatin-induced emesis and its treatment. Another of his notable work is isolation of laminin-binding proteins from rat enterocytes in the lab of Professor Milton Weiser, Memorial Hospital, Cornell University, New York. He currently resides in Wisconsin. Please welcome Dr.
Shami Ishmatanando and distinguished guests. Thank you for this kind invite. I always knew I loved my father, but this gives me a chance to reflect on the life and legacies of my father and the sacrifices he made for a family. My father was a Kali devotee. I remember during Kali Puja celebrations, he will sit in front of the shrine and he will sing Shama Shonge for hours together. And those were joyful moments for the entire family, and it brought in a lot of light during the Diwali celebrations. My father worked in Rourkela steel plant, and it's called steel melting shop. It was very strenuous work. The hours were long, and it was the heat of steel melting shop, but he never complained.
I was thinking when she was remembering the fathers, everyone. So when I was almost like a 4 or 5 years old, then my father, in those days, the father was not like today's father. Nowadays, father is so friendly. And our time, father was real father. And in Bengal, the expression is Ore Baba. And that means you are scared of your father. So we were very friendly with our mothers. But father means so better to avoid. And like that, one day someone gifted a full mangoes, very costly mangoes, to my father, and it was kept in the left hand side of his table. So we, some brothers and sisters, I was only 4 or 5, and they were maybe 8, 10, like that. So we planned to get 2 or 3 of that. So, but everyone was scared to go, as because I was the smallest. Little, you better go, and they showed how to pick it up. First, you go, cover the sight of your father, take 2, and put the hand at the back, then turn and come. So father won't be able to see. Well, I went and did that. When I was crossing him, he said, "Now you should take your hands in your front." Because it was in the back, you could see it. Now you should take your. So I enjoyed that. Afterwards, much afterwards, I was. So this is the father figure. That they are so good all the time. And the Father's Day means, in Sanskrit they say, Pita Sarga, Pita Dharma, Pita hi Paramam Tapa, Pitari Pritima Panne, Piyante Sarga Devata. This is an excellent way of making a human. If you forget your father, if you forget your mother, if you forget those who are really, really helping you are not considered as a human. So that is also very important. So how to? So they said, your father is the heaven. And what is the heaven? Peace, joy, happiness. So that is your father. And father is your dharma, righteousness. So whatever the father teaches you, and you must follow that. And finally, if you can make your father happy, even the gods in the heaven will be happy. That they say, Pitari Pritima Panne Piyante Sarga Devata. Swarga Devata, they will be also be happy. Then this Father's Day, we all remember those. And have you noticed a young man before marriage is a young man? He's not a father. He never liked to children and caring and all that. But the moment he married and then he is having a child and he is a father, how come that affection comes in his mind? Responsibility in his mind. I have to look after my family, my children. How it is? God's given. That the nature gave it to them. Same with the mother also. So this fatherly affection, how much they do, how much they love. Their expression is little different, but this is the legacy. Father protects. Whenever there is something, we know the Father is there. So we all go to for the support of the Father. Father is the protection. Father is the support. Father is the love without condition. Father is a hero and Father is an inspiration. Father is a legacy. Father teaches we should be like this, you should be like that. So that slowly, slowly, we transform into a real human being. This is the contribution of the Father. But we have to become Father. Just marrying and then becoming a father, no. It is a transformation. From a young man, you are slowly becoming a father, and this is the transformation. And that true fatherhood is divine. So much of sacrifices, so much of care, so much of responsibility. And so one day, sometimes the ladies, they are a little bit talkative. And she was going on talking to the husband. Husband is the closest one. So whom she will say? She was going on talking to the husband and going on, you can't do this, you can't do this, you should have done this. Then afterwards, she suddenly said, what do you want from me? Then the gentleman, all this time, he was very quiet, listening. And when she gave that offer, what do you want from me? Then he said, silence. that will be a great gift to me. So, this patience constantly, and that is how they grow up, the wonderful way. And we sometimes say our father of the nation. And the first generation, they are the father, they are forming the society. Luckily for us, that as Somnath Babu was mentioning, luckily for us, in the Hindus, particularly Hindu religion, we find in the Vedas, those founders, fathers of the society, they were really great. So they developed some of the processes that transform a man into a god. Those who are not, sometimes the mothers also, fathers also, they say, we don't have any issue, we don't have children. It doesn't matter at all. All that you see is your children. That is why they say, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is the father. And one of our Swami, when he was coming from India to America, and for the passport, when we take the sannyasa, we give up everything, all our identity, we burn. Of course, how we burn? With a bill of leave that we give, that I am burning this relation, I am burning this relation. The monk is not supposed to think about anything after that. It's a new birth. So obviously in the passport, I cannot give the name of the biological father. So that Swami, he gave the name Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, the father, Ma Saradhamani, the mother. But that was before 9/11. So they allowed, there was no problem. After that, when we were coming, so they know you have to put the names. But anyway, that is okay. But father means is always and always an excellent personality, almost like God. So anything that happens, we know that if we go to the Father, or if the Father comes, any problem is there, and the Father comes back, He will solve the problem. This confidence is always there. The Father can solve the problem. It is not so easy. To become a father, you have to develop excellent qualities. And what are those qualities? And this, you have to develop courage within yourself through self confidence. Well, I can do it. That is the main thing. I can do it. And when you are thinking, and I can transform, I can change, that is the self confidence first. When you are supporting, that means you have your own power within you. That I can do it. That means I can support. And if you are not having self confidence, how can you do that? The father should have this. That is the fatherhood. Just because I'm a father, and in the society you are supposed to all the time do this thing, that father should be like this and that. No, it is not. You have to develop yourself to in that situation, in that condition, so that you can be called as father. Yesterday, the Father's Day is going on. So one lady was mentioning about her father, and I think somewhere in India, and she was an actress, actor or actress, I forgot, and they were mentioning, oh, I can't appreciate my father because all the time he is putting hindrances in my life. See, look at it. In the Father's Day, that the way they were remembering. So fathers, they should be also behave in such a way so that the children will remember them. That is also the responsibility. So we have to become father. And how it is, as Somnath Babu was mentioning about the Putanandaji Maharaj, I have also seen him, and I was posted in his position afterwards. So this Putanandaji, he knew the names of all the 700 students. That is, and not only that, they're family members. And he knew who is doing what. And in Bengali, it's called Baba, the father. When you are children, they will call you Baba or Bapu. The Bapu, they'll say, Bapu, you have done this wrong. You should not do this. And this wonderful way he used to say that they used to feel, okay, it's okay that Mara is not liking, we should not do. Transforming them, and with great love, with great love. Constantly that was there. And I have noticed in our Swamis also the great compassion, great love. And the greatest is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And the most perfect is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. When he saw a person like Girish Chandra Ghosh, can you imagine? If you first meeting with Girish Ghosh is sufficient, you will never like to meet him because constantly using filthy words, languages, behavior is. Other people used to say, how come you are going to Girish? But Sri Ramakrishna said, if people are only observing how he speaks, but you don't know how he is thinking in his mind. Sri Ramakrishna was visiting Girish Ghosh one day, and Girish Ghosh and Sri Ramakrishna said that I won't pay because in that stage I cannot pay 4 anna. That is not much, but still he said, "No, I am not going to pay. You have invited me. I am your guest. Why should I pay? It should be the free." For 4 anna, Girish Ghosh was before everyone. He was abusing him. You beggars, why should you come here like that, like that? And other people, they were not liking those. We can pay. So Ramakrishna, no, don't pay. He has invited. It is his responsibility to take all my responsibility. So naturally, this was going on. Sri Ramakrishna was coming back. Everybody was angry. And when Sri Ramakrishna's that carriage left, Girish Ghosh lied down over there on the open street to offer his pranam. Nobody noticed. Sri Ramakrishna noticed it. And when they were arguing that we should not visit Girish, the Sri Ramakrishna said, you have only heard how he says, but did you notice how he behaved? This is fatherly figure. The father means always watching the behavior. Maybe they are thinking in a different way, talking in a different way, behaving in a different way, but at the same time, we have to find out the positiveness that is there inside the heart. That is father. Only criticizing, only removing, only punishing is not the fatherhood. Those who are in the helms of the affair in the country, say the president, they're like that, they are the father figure. They have to understand so many varieties of people, and their likings are different, their demands are different. I have to take care of all of them. That is father. So, on this particularly the International Fatherhood Day, we should remember that we have to become father. And the fatherhood, almost like godlyhood, and not almost, it is. Why they say, if you can make a father happy, then the gods in the heaven will be very happy. Why? That father is a very pious man, is a religious man, is a man of love, and a man of sacrifice. So on this particular day, we all pay our respect to the fatherhood. Here, in European countries, they call God as father. In Asian countries, particularly India, we mostly love to call God as mother. The motherhood, but it's the same. But here they say fatherland, we say motherland. Our love is with the mother because even today, if you go to the places like UP and others, fathers are little away, mothers are very close. So maybe for that. But father and mother, these two persons, they have given us the life. They have protected us. I will conclude by saying one small incident that I read in that Chinese book, the Chinese stories. In China, there was a very, very peculiar habit because maybe the poverty. Whenever a father is becoming very old and cannot help, the son used to take him and throw him into the water and river just to kill him because he cannot help me and unnecessarily I cannot feed him. So that was a system, social system. Father or mother, when they become old, just carry them and throw them. And who will do it? Son will do it. That was the system. So one day, one son was carrying his old father, and then a sage was passing through that. Confucius, he saw him and he stopped him. Young man, wow, Who is this old man you were carrying? Oh, my father. Where you were taking him? To throw him in the river. So what is the matter? Oh, he can't help me to earn any more. So it is not possible for me to feed him. Okay, that's good. But the house that you are leaving, who made it? Well, my father. And when you were a baby, a child, a young man, who supported you to grow for all these days? And of course, my father. And when you were not earning, and you were a burden, so to say, you were only eating, not helping or earning, your father took care of you, isn't it? He said, yes. But still now, that person who gave you life, who protected you all through, now that he cannot earn and you're going to throw him in the water. Think about it. Then he left. This young man started thinking, "Oh, that's true. How can I throw my father? He gave me the life and protected me." He brought him back again. The villagers, because of the tradition, hey, what is it? Why you have brought him back? And now, from now onwards, I'm going to do everything for my father as he did when I was young. But this is called humanity. We should be human. And then from the humanity, we should be divine. A divine personality loves each and everyone as his own daughter and sons. And that is called divine fatherhood. We should have to be that father. Thank you very much. Let us say Shanti 3 times. And any one of you like to comment on your, do you think you can? You like to comment on any your father remembering anything? I know that so many memories are there, but still, okay. So let us say Shanti 3 times and we pray for all the fathers, those who have departed, those who have left us, and for their soul, and those who are leaving, let them be happy. Each and every one will one day will go, but their memories should be within us and we should pray for them. So let us say Shanti 3 times. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om.